Hey guys, welcome back to more Pokemon Battle Revolution. Now this particular video right here is gonna feature only free on free. For now, don't worry. I have a couple of 6-on-6 in store, but the reason I'm uploading this is because I don't wanna throw my DVD to waste like that. This was recorded on the DVD, the one that isn't rewritable, so I cannot delete and rewrite and so forth. So I decided I may as well share the experience, right? Anyways, it's really hard to find battles in here. I'm dead serious. I was stuck in the corner asking myself, what the hell? But I'm gonna try to find myself another solution. I did come across a couple of people and I'm really glad, but it's still really hard. So I'm definitely gonna need to do something about that. But anyways, as you can see, it is random. Of course, I wasn't expecting him to use lower stuff, but hey, obvious stuff on my side. What can we do? He's just gonna need to pass that like I was doing it back in the days. It's actually pretty nice to play with lower stuff against higher stuff, as at times it does give you that bit of a more upper challenge and sometimes even the impossible challenge, but we tend to learn from that. Yeah, but I want to give this project a bit of a shout out. It's still pretty new. It needs all the support it can muster. I want to make it my main, try to focus, mix it up between my Black and White 2. Of course, I'm gonna upload, my next video is gonna be Pokemon Black and White 2. Stay tuned for that. It depends if I'm gonna upload it tomorrow or day after that. It depends how busy I will be. Now, here we have it. Infernape is the lead. Like I mentioned, if you enjoy this kind of videos, please give it a like. This particular project right here is young. It needs all the support it can muster, so it would have been really nice if you would have done that. Share it with the world and favorite, all that good stuff. It's there for a reason. Abuse that like Scizor abused his good old U-turn, but in this case I aren't abusing that U-turn. I'm just gonna go for that good old pursuit. Reasoning, Ambipom is most likely gonna switch out. I want to get that good damage on it. And what do you know, he does switch out, and now we're kinda expecting from each other to be playing great, because just checking out his team structure, he kinda got me knowing this guy must be good. Just his team structure will give me knowing that he's most likely not a new player, or maybe he got that team, but he did lead with an Ambipom, he did fake out, he did switch out, he's doing all the standard stuff, so this guy definitely knows what he's doing. I'm gonna switch out the Infernape against the Charizard, predicting the fire move, plus I am focus dashed. I don't want to risk my good old Scizor to go to waste, but he decided to go for Air Slash, which was kind of surprising. I was kind of expecting the fire move, but I guess he was predicting me to switch out, so that was a good move on his part. But the way he actually executed that move kind of gave me realizing its specs, because in total respect, Air Slash coming down from Charizard, not being specs, I believe Scizor would have survived. But then again, there is not much Scizor can do outside of Pursuit, that's only 70 base, without switching out, being compared to the 80. It looks powerful enough to take me down to the focus dash, being super effective and all, but he switches out to Poliwrath, as I actually decide to go for the fake out to try to get some residual damage on the Charizard before I go down, because that was my main plan. But he surprised me by switching out to Poliwrath. Now there is only one reason. I was at first kind of puzzling, why would he switch out to such a switch, but then I start to realize that Infernape was known for using Stone Edge as well, so Charizard is something that's 4-time weak to it. Wouldn't really appreciate it with the most likely just being an OHKO because of Infernape's natural more speed to it. It naturally does outspeed, plus it kinda gives me knowing that he must be more specs than Scarf. There is no way he would have switched out. If he was Scarf, he would have just Air Slash again. Decided to take me out with an Ice Beam, that unstep Ice Beam. That's a better choice, because I am at 1 HP, may as well go for that unstep, unpredictable Ice Beam. It's mostly when you're at 1 HP, everything will take you out, so it's a better plan to just go for something other than your main stab move, or bury at your move that you're super effective, weak to it. So I'm just gonna go for the Zapdos, go for the T-Bolt. Nothing on his team truly appreciates the move, so the main reason why I actually gone to it, I am Life Orb, so Poliwrath of any sort. I'm not even sure if max special defensive Poliwrath can take that move. That is a powerhouse, but putting up the rocks is heavily gonna cripple Ambipom's switching capabilities, as well as his Charizard's switching capabilities. Still depends if he's running that random HP investment to where he can actually take 2 switches, but for now I'm going to switch out to Scizor, knowing that he must go for the fake out or the double hit, but I'm kind of going towards fake out Now notice this, if I wouldn't have decided to put up the rocks, he would have easily gone for the U-turn on my scissor and having that switch initiative going to Charizard. Then again, I could have decided to go for the bullet punch, you know, but still stuff would have been very hard because Charizard wouldn't have gotten any residual damage on the switch, and he would have had the initiative and pretty much take down one of my Pokemon because Zapdos cannot afford to take the Fire Blast. And the other Pokemon, you know, same story. So as you can see right here, he does go for the one move. I should have just go for the bullet punch, but then again, if I go for the U-turn, I'm still gonna have that switch resulting in a 2-0 score as long as he doesn't crit me or do anything of that sort. Then again, his Charizard may as well be Specs, and that can be a problem because that can most definitely threaten my Zapdos. But if I decide to go for the bullet punch, I could have taken him out, but then again, I would have been a death order for his Charizard. Mainly the plan to preserve my Scizor, why just have it there to go to waste like that. And Ambipom does go down as I do go for the U-turn, making me switch out to my last resort, my Zapdos, and now he's mostly in a pickle. Yeah, it kind of depends. If there is a possible speed tie, because I'm timid, he must be timid in order to play with a speed tie of this sort, with a powerful legendary Zapdos. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, let's just go for the T-Bolt. If it's Specs, this is going to be a good game for him. He's most definitely going to win this. But unfortunately, he is, well, he can still be Specs. It's just that I could have win the speed tie, or maybe he was modded Specs and there was no speed tie involved. It's kind of hard to say, you know, because not much information was involved with that Charizard, the way he was playing with him. Yeah, that was the game for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Next match is going to be 6 on 6. Well, actually, my next match is going to be Pokemon Black and White 2. But stay tuned for that. And until next time, take care. Peace.